Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back in another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another one of these DCMCU concept videos. And essentially, it's going to be replacing the MCU with DCU projects. And yeah, in today's video, it's part number 16. And we're replacing Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man Homecoming with The Flash. Now, I'm gonna be calling it just The Flash for now, just because I feel like with some of the origin stories, it's better to just call them by the superhero's name instead of saying the Flash Rogues or something like that or whatever. So that's what I'm really gonna kind of do with it. Anyways, there's not really any inspiration behind an adaptation for this comic or anything like that. It's just more a say so. Literally just his origin story and everything. So quickly, let's talk about the main villain, casting choices and everything, characters introduced. So for the main villain, I'm going to be doing Captain Cold, Heat Wave, and Mirror Master. Those will be the three main villains, but also a minor villain will be Captain Boomerang. He'll show up during the movie, but he will be a little bit more of a minor kind of type role. It'll basically just be him kind of versing his rogues in a sense. Yeah, it's essentially going to be just essentially who he is as rogue. Versing his rogues essentially. Yeah. And then for the intros, I decided to introduce Iris West and also Wally West as well. Yeah, so I'm introducing them as well as actually I'm introducing the Ryan Zoe Adam. He's going to be Ryan Choi Adam. Sorry, I said Zoe by accident. Sorry, Ryan Choi Adam, who is actually going to be playing the Atom. As well as Cyborg is going to make an appearance as well. Now, when we go into casting and stuff, in terms of Captain Cold, it's actually going to be, I'm going to leave Captain Cold as Heat Wave as the same counterparts in the CW shows. In terms of Captain Cold will be played by Wentworth Miller, as well as Heat Wave will be played by sorry, I'm blanking out on his name right now. Dominic Purcell, sorry. That was by accident. So yeah, those two will be played by the same people who play him in the Flash TV show. I think they do pretty good, so that's the big reason into why. In terms of Mirror Master, honestly, I was honestly just thinking about going with a complete unknown. I mean, I think it could be interesting to go with an unknown, so I'm gonna go with an unknown for Mirror Master. Now for Iris West too, I'm gonna go with an unknown. I'm gonna go with somebody who kind of looks like Iris West in the comics and everything, so I'm gonna go with an unknown. Now, when it comes down to Wally West, I actually had this set in stone for a while now. I've always wanted to see him play Wally West. I think he looks like Wally West. He also brings the acting chops for Wally West. I think he could possibly play a really good Wally West. And I'm going to go with Cameron Monaghan. I think he could play a really good Wally West, in my opinion. He also looks the role, too, so that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, he's going to be playing Wally West. Now, for Ryan Choi, I'm going to actually get the guy who played him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Ryan Zen, to play him. Just because I feel like he didn't get a chance, really, and also he seems like he could do some good in that role as well. In terms of why I didn't make Ray Palmer the Atom, it's just simply because I wanted my own twist on it, so I decided why not, let's put Ryan Choi as the Atom instead. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna really ever mention Ray Palmer at all, even though he is the Atom in the comics and stuff. I just personally would like to go instead with Ryan Choi. And the reason I'm not making like Ray Palmer, for example, like the mentor role to him, is just because I have that planned for another set of characters, which I will later do at a later date, so don't worry about that. But yeah, anyways, continuing on, and then Cyborg makes an appearance. He's played by Ray Fisher. from before. And then, of course, the Flash, if you didn't already know, he's being played by Ansel Elgort. So anyways, continuing on here. So basically the basic plot line is essentially it's not the Flash's origin story. It is explained similar to the way Spider-Man was explained. Like he's not exactly going to go and get that whole experiment that basically made him essentially made him the Flash. He's instead going to kind of like be like, oh, lightning shocked me and I got super speed. That's what he's going to really do. The only exception is that it will kind of show his mother dying and why he does what he does and everything. So that'll happen. It'll just kind of be mysterious and so of sorts and stuff like that. As well, he'll meet Iris and stuff in this movie, and then by the end, Iris will kind of become his girlfriend and everything. And then eventually he'll meet Wally, where the two of them kind of get along very well. They're like close buddies and stuff like that. Wally is in this universe, I'm gonna put Wally as essentially Iris's cousin, who's like a brother essentially, and Iris is literally like close and stuff. And then Wally, for his age wise, he's gonna be like about very similar age, a little bit older than Tim Drake. I would say closer the age to Nightwing in the sense that he's gonna be about 18-ish years old. And I know you might be saying, oh, that's a bit old for Wally, especially in his debut. But I mean, I kind of want him purposely older for a big, huge reason, which will be revealed like later on in the plan. But yeah, there's a specific reason I'm making him kind of old. Like he's gonna be 17-ish, a little bit younger than Dick Grayson, as well. So like, no, I'm not gonna say like 17-ish, close to 18-ish, something like that. So yeah, that's how it's gonna roll. And then eventually the Flash will meet his rogues, and Captain Boomerang will be a cold, like as usual, just be a very villainous character. And then Flash will basically beat him up to showcase his powers and stuff. And then eventually he'll meet Heatwave, Mirror Master, and Captain Cold, who are essentially trying to take over the city, the central city, and Flash has got to stop them from kind of pulling off a huge, massive robbery. So I mean, in all honesty, like, of course this is an origin movie. That's why I didn't put no like world-ending thing or something like that as the whole as the villain, just because that's also the way Homecoming was too. Like the Vulture was literally trying to rob people and stuff like that. It wasn't anything with the world or anything like that. So that's what I was kind of going for, similarities to Homecoming. Oh, and also I forgot to mention the part about the Atom. So essentially Barry is going to still work as like that same forensic scientist and stuff like that, but he's going to be spending a lot of time at Star Labs, where of course he's in the Justice League, so he knows Cyborg and stuff. So I mean, Cyborg's gonna be like taken as being like a scientist as well as his dad, and they'll all be scientists. And basically that's how Ryan Choi is introduced as a new member who's basically like an internish character, and he essentially is creating the Atom suit, which he's gonna later use, and he's gonna show it off and stuff like that. But important to note, he doesn't actually become the Atom in this movie. He essentially just showcases that he's really gonna become the Atom, but it never actually happens. He doesn't go on, put on the suit, and start fighting or something like that. So yeah. And then post-credit scene-wise, I'm actually going to make it to the point where Wally ends up becoming Kid Flash. We see him get zapped with the electricity and kind of like the final battle of sorts. So then that happens, and then it cuts off, and it just showcases he has super speed, and he goes like for a sprint and stuff. And then he's like, I gotta call Barry, and then it's the end of the movie. So yeah, that's basically what happens. Anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.